In the warm glow of the wedding reception, I stood before our friends and family, my heart racing as I prepared to admit something I had kept tucked away for years. As I looked into my husband's eyes, I recalled the awkwardness of our first encounter, a moment forever etched in my memory. I was just a giggly teenager, adorned with braces and an insatiable crush on my best friend's older brother. He was a vision of cool indifference, the kind of guy who effortlessly caught the attention of anyone who dared to look his way. The contrast between us was stark. I was an unassuming girl, while he was the embodiment of teenage dreams. Years rolled by, and fate, in its peculiar way, brought us together again through mutual friends. This time, I was no longer the braces-clad girl. I had grown into someone more confident, someone who had shed the awkwardness of adolescence. My heart fluttered as I laid eyes on him again, his easy smile still managing to send my stomach into a whirlpool of butterflies. The spark was still there, lingering just below the surface, and I was determined not to let this chance slip through my fingers. After a shared birthday party, I took a bold step and invited him over. My apartment was a carefully curated display of calculated coincidences, his favorite football t-shirt casually draped over a chair, a CD of his beloved band placed oh so nonchalantly on my nightstand. I even stocked the fridge with his preferred beer, convinced that these small gestures would convey my feelings without saying a word. Was I a little odd for going to such lengths? Perhaps, but it worked. It worked beautifully. As I stood at the altar, surrounded by laughter and love, I reflected on how those seemingly small actions had paved the way to a love that felt destined. My husband's sister stood beside him, a bridesmaid with a twinkle of mischief in her eyes. She had known all along about my little crush, often teasing me about my study sessions that were more about her brother than homework. But as we exchanged vows, she was all smiles, clearly entertained by the unfolding story of our romance, even if she had rolled her eyes at my teenage antics. Yet, as I shared our journey with our guests, a dark cloud loomed on the horizon of social media. After the wedding, I found myself wading through a sea of harsh comments on Reddit, shocked by the vitriol directed at me for being unabashedly open about my feelings. The cruel words cut deep, but they also solidified my resolve. My husband stood by my side, equally bewildered by the backlash, but unwavering in his support. In that moment, I realized that love, in its purest form, is not defined by the opinions of strangers. It is a bond forged through shared laughter, a series of delightful coincidences, and the courage to embrace our quirks. As I moved forward, I knew that our love story, a tapestry woven from laughter, awkwardness, and undeniable chemistry, would endure the storms of negativity. We were together, and that was all that mattered. My voice grew louder as I took a stand against the hate, vowing to celebrate the joy we had crafted together.